Hello everyone, my name's Ben Latham and I'm a member of St Peter's Parish, and this is my thought for the day. I wanted to talk a little bit today about uncertainty, and the inspiration for this actually came when I was sat on the bus the other day. I was on the way to work, and I remember I was sat upstairs at the front, and I remember looking out the window, and all I could see was rain, fog and steam over the window, and it was just beginning to get a little bit lighter. Generally speaking, it was a pretty dull view. And I remember thinking to myself, you know what? This is what life feels like for a lot of the time for me at the moment. And I imagine for many of us as well. We're just not sure what's happening, what's going on. We're making decisions one day and we're having to change them the next. It's just everything feels like a time of uncertainty. And of course we've got Christmas around the corner, haven't we? A time when many of us come together. We meet up with our friends and our family, and sometimes we even share gifts with one another. But even that looks like it's going to be very different this year. Christmas isn't cancelled by any means, but people will be looking back on the Christmas of 2020 and remembering it as a unique Christmas. And of course today marks the day when we're going into what many are calling lockdown 2. I wonder how you're feeling with everything that's going on. I'm feeling uncertain. I don't know about you. Now, there are so many stories in the Bible that have themes of uncertainty, but also themes of encouragement. And one that I wanted to look at today actually fits quite closely with the Christmas narrative, and it's the story of Elizabeth and Zechariah. Now, Elizabeth and Zechariah, Elizabeth was the oldest sister of Mary. She was barren. Her and Zechariah, her husband, were both advanced in years, and they'd prayed for many years to have a child, but to no avail. They hadn't been able to have it. And one particular day, through drawing lots, Zechariah was called into the temple and to offer incense to the Lord. And when he entered the temple, he had a chance encounter with an ethereal being, or an angel, known as Gabriel. Now, we all know that when Angel Gabriel shows up in the Bible, things happen. Characters' directions in life tend to dramatically shift, and this is no less true for Zechariah. This child that he had been unable to have all these years, or Elizabeth had been unable to have all these years, suddenly Gabriel said, "You're going to have a child, and you're going to call him John, and he will prepare the way for Jesus, his cousin." And I'm just going to read the words that Gabriel had for Zechariah now. This is found in Luke chapter 1, verse 17. "With the spirit and power of Elijah, John will go before Jesus to turn the hearts of parents to their children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord." Elizabeth and Zechariah gave birth to John the Baptist, and he acted as a beacon, someone that raised awareness for the coming of the Messiah, for the coming of Jesus. We can look back at the Bible, can't we? And we can have hindsight. We know where it went. But actually, for Zechariah in that situation, he might not have had a clue where it was going. He had to trust God knew what he was doing. The people of the time would not have been able to look forward as easily. But John the Baptist became an amazing harbinger of hope. And I wonder, can we be the same today? With the little actions, with the little things that we do in our day-to-day life, can we give messages of hope, of love, of support, encouragement in these particularly foggy days? They were under Roman occupation in those days, and we're dealing with the coronavirus pandemic these days. The restrictions may not be the same, but they are there. But what can you do to be support for those around you? Thank you for listening. God bless.